Hey, we're live across the webs. Let me get my stuff set up here real quick because I am prepared like you wouldn't believe. Cool. All right. Let me mute myself here. Whoa, that's not the right stream. What the heck? Hold on. Good morning from Pennsylvania. There we go. I had to, hey Keith, you're the first one. I gotta share the link real quick on the old Facebooker thing, so I'm gonna turn my back for one quick second because I'm prepared. I'm jamming the music. Oh, also, can you hear me okay? I'm using the Rode mics today. If I can find my own freaking video, here we go. I gotta share the link real quick on the old Facebook. Oh, I can hear myself. So apparently, sound is working. As long as I don't close this window like a moron. Let me go to the spamming of the books here. Commodore Amiga. I'll just put it there. Come join us. There. That's good enough. If it posts, I'll put it on my Discord server also, because I said I would. 1 second, I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Announcements. There we go. Can't find my own freaking... There we go. Okay, so that's going. I'm going to mute my phone so I don't get text bombed. And hey, Jonathan. And John. And Keith. Greetings from Hungary. I'm hungry. Alright. So, I hope this sounds okay. I hope this looks okay. I'll get OBS back up here so I can see. I have every Amiga on down here. So 3000 tower, 4000 tower off camera, 2000, yes, I know it's out of order, 4000, 3000, and 3000 tower and my streaming crap, which in a little bit I'm going to turn off. And why is there such a delay on this thing? Okay, so I'm going to try and just do some stuff first. I'm going to turn this music off because... There we go. I had some mods jamming in the background, and yeah. So, welcome America, world, United Kingdom, Hungary, wherever you're from. My name's Chris, and I am a moron. This is going to be a kind of a weird, different one. Yes, I'm going to cover PiMiga 4, PiMiga. I have a Raspberry Pi here. There's no card in it because it's running off of the Intel right now. This is the Nook. This is just a small screen. I tried to do the HDMI capture card, and it's right here, and it had an unfortunate incident, and it's not working. So I was able to, yeah, going to be a power brownout. Yes, Aaron, it's madness. Madness, I say! But what I'm going to cover is some mail time, some wonderful donations. You guys have really, like, came through. A lot of, I'm not going to mention last names, but I'll mention first names, and I just want to say I really appreciate it. I'm going to put my slightly larger glasses on that I was really prepared for. Now, just so you know, this room was abso-smurfly totaled the first time I did this because I had repairs and boxes and stuff, and you couldn't even get in here. So I spent the entire night last night cleaning all this crap out, which is now behind the fourth wall. And, you know, that's it. So, I'm going to cover the long part first. I'm making you stay. This is currently PiMiga 4 running on my little tiny HDMI monitor that I found at work in the Frankenstein pile. This is the same PiMiga 3 from the Pi 400. The idea with PiMiga 4, if I can tickle your interest to stick around, is you have one device to rule them all. It's like Sauron's ring. If you have an Intel, I just clicked something, an Intel processor like this i3 or i5 Intel Nook, You have an ARM and a Raspberry Pi 400. You have, well, it won't work on an Amiga, ironically. An old piece of junk PC, anything that can support USB boot. So what's that, like 2003 through today? Anything that can boot USB, doesn't matter if it's UEFI or if it's, you know, standard legacy boot, anything that can boot USB will be able to boot this. And I'm trying to get the Mac compile working. I'm just having some weird issues with that one. So for right now, it is only greetings from Greece. Hello. I'm peeking around here to look at comments, so forgive me if I just look down for a second. I have my laptop behind this. The streaming's here. The Amigas are rolling. It's very warm in here. It's like 30 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that, like 2? Something? -2, -1? I don't know. Is it communist? So it's warm down here. That's fine. But the idea is one OS, one device, like a modern day Amithlon, but not. You still have to provide your own Kickstart. Same PiMiga deal. I haven't even gotten into the newer, what am I going to do different in the OS this time? It's just proof of concept. It's March now when we're streaming this. PiMiga 3 just came out in December, so I've been working on PiMiga 4 since like November 2022, before PiMiga 3 was really finalized. The concept was in my head, and Midwin now has the other flavors of Amaberry, which is the emulator behind PiMiga, and many other emulation softwares out there. Wonderful job. The idea, I know I've said it 100 times, is I want to have like something that everybody can use. And this is Intel. It's on Wi-Fi, and I said I wasn't going to do it, but it still has all the host run features like Firefox and Chrome. It will still work. This one doesn't have JIT enabled, so it's kind of like in the toilet on speed. And I don't know if I clicked that or not because I can't really see. Yep. This is one of those little dollar store mice. So it's not like the friendliest. There we go. There's Firefox. So, I mean, it's there. It's coming along. So I want to kind of turn this to the side just for a second because I just knocked a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. And I'm going to just sit this here and like that and like that. All right. So I'm actually going to turn this off. Hold on. Shut her down. Power off. Power off. Okay. Intel NUC. You can see it says Intel NUC. All right. So with that off, I'm just going to unplug this power because it has a habit of turning itself on. This is the Pi card. So I'm going to start out with some stuff that I received from you guys. You know who you are. I greatly appreciate it. Would it work on an old laptop? Yes. Anything that can boot USB devices. This is just a card reader, a thumb drive. When it gets more finalized, we'll do that. We'll cover like what is required, requirements, whatever. I'm going to see if I can just kind of sit the old laptop up here because I can't read your questions. There we go. My apologies. Now I can see you. Please let me know if it's too loud or whatever. I'm using the new Wi-Fi mics. I got it plugged into the OBS, dude. So we're going to get started. This was an eBay purchase for me. This was, you can't see this stuff. These are video decks for a 1200 that I ordered for a repair, and they came from Chicka China, and they took forever, and I've already used 3 of them. So that's useless information. This is, what is this? This is from Mr. Brett T. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. Mr. Brett sent me, excuse me, my apologies, sent me some 3000 zip 20 RAM, and he also sent me some nicely packaged, I think they're ROMs in here. Yes, Kickstart ROMs. As you know, I kind of go through Kickstart ROMs. I've kind of put the call out there. If you have any in your dungeon or basement that you don't want, don't need, don't use, I reuse them. And these are wonderful. These are actually some Amiga Forever ROMs and some UV ones. So these could be updated. They're original Kickstart ROMs, and I greatly appreciate this because, you know, with all the repairs I go through, I kind of rip through ROMs, and it's just like, whoo. All right. This one I bought. This is from, I don't want to butcher your name, Ozcan in Turkey. This I saw on Facebook on one of our groups. This is a Bluetooth module for the Commodore CD, TV. And it has another game port out the back if you didn't like already have that. I found it. It was like $30 total all in. Turkish money. I forgot about it. It took so long to get here. I ordered this. How do you read your dates? Well, February 15th it was shipped from Turkey. And it's got stamps all over the world. It was like December. So it's here. It's now, I don't know what today's date is. March something. 5th? Cool. Last night I received a package from Dr. Han. He gave me some old 16-bit 30-pin chips, 1 meg chips. They're in perfect condition. Said he found them in his bag of stuff and wanted to donate them. I greatly appreciate that because they're going to go in a repair that's behind me on the desk for a GVP like SCSI card that has some issues. And these save me purchasing them on the old e-booger. That says Atari 2600. We just get rid of that. Next, Mr. Jonathan sent me a little care package, and he sent me a couple other things too to look at, and I'm gonna check those out shortly. First off, I ripped through the old, what do you call them, cotton buds. So he sent me some Moncom. They have a panda on them, and they're made of like bamboo, and they're more sturdy, so I don't get like snapping them off when I'm scrubbing. And so I got a bunch of these. Greatly appreciated. You know, I use all this stuff, and I appreciate you guys even considering helping a brother out. It's wonderful. This is from Heyu. Heyu, Heyous in Ohio. It's from Andrew T. He sent me these a while back, and I've been holding on to these because I wanted to not use them right away. Because I wanted to... What's the buzzing sound? Buzzing sound go away? Oh, wait a minute. One more. Amiga 3000 tower. Holy crap. How's that? Better? Sorry. Wow. Now it's too quiet in here. There's a very high-pitched sound like feedback. Hold on, let me turn the... My mic isn't feedbacking. I'll turn it down a tickle. Okay, how's that? Better? I'll wait for your comments, please. I mean, I'm still there. No high-pitched sound. No high-pitched sound is still on. All right. High-pitched sound is still on. What is the high-pitched sound? I mean, there's nothing at all plugged in. Hold on. If I turn the wrong thing off, this stream is over. Is it this one? What about that? Still hearing it. Sounds like a shuttle pre-test noise. Beep, beep sound. Hey, oh, right. Well, that's horrible. That's just wonderful. Great. Let me unplug the power to this thing. How's that? We still talking? Yeah, we still got mic. Too many Amigas in the same room. Hey, I just turned them all off. They're off, like, off. You should just hear the fat chair creaking. Try mute. Wi-Fi? No, it's all Ethernet. Well, these mics are Wi-Fi, yeah. They're like Rode mics. You don't hear it. Good, because I'm deaf. Is it super annoying, like super loud, or just subtle? gone. Well, I just moved my... Okay, wonderful. Great. Now it's too quiet in here. I can hear myself swallow. So, Mr. Andrew sent me ceramic screwdrivers from China, Japan. They're called ceramic aligner tool. What are you talking about? The power booster fixed. Okay, perfect. So I was trying to charge the... Good to know. I've never used these on a stream before. You know, you learn something new every time. And everybody that streams, like the Amigos, Aaron, and John, and all those guys, I can't do it. Like Bill, Amiga Bill, you guys that do that live, it is so much setup. And I'm frozen here. What the hell? Okay, never mind. I'm watching my 12-second delay on here. So, Andrew, thank you for these screwdrivers. And someone sent me this when it fell out of a package. It's plastic. It's for adjusting the potentiometers or those variable trimmer capacitors, VC470 on the 3000. That is such a pain in the butt. This is for a long-term thing, so that doesn't go on here. Mr. Jonathan, you sent me the Q-tips. You also sent me a replacement Mona because her lips broke. And I managed to take apart a Bic pen and kind of rig it together, and some O-rings out of my garage car stuff. Haven't even cracked into this one yet. And replacement lips, silicone tubes, and even some braid. Greatly, greatly appreciated. I humbly thank you guys so much. Thank you, Dr. Joey PC. Okay. I don't know what you guys are fighting about. Mr. Daniel B sent me, as a fellow doctor, some surgical supplies. Like hemostats, the little clampy scissor locky things. He had some extra ones and sent them to me. I got a bunch of them. You need some scissors for holding blood stuff? And some, yep, what are they called? Tweezers. Holy crap. Brain goes. Thank you for that. Oi, this is a very short mail time, but there's two. You see these boxes here? Holy crap. Oh, this is my TF1230 from my 1200 when I put the Pi Storm in. What is this? This is from Mr. Daniel. Oh, yeah. So, a while back, I did a video on epic failures from moronic decisions, where I went down one failure after another because I am an idiot and didn't have my Pi Storm in, and then the Pi Storm didn't work DMA, and we had a good time. So I said, does anybody have a GVP or something they want to sell me? Well, Mr. Daniel sent me, like, this is crazy, and I thanked him so much, and I offered to buy it, and he said no. This is a purple TF536 for an Amiga 500 or 2000 with a 60 to 30, 50 megahertz in it. You didn't have to do that, but holy crap, and that will fix my issues with that, and I will hopefully be able to use the, hello Posh Paul, hello Matthew, hello Paulo, from, yeah, my brain, yep, from that video I'll be able to get all my stuff back in order. Dude, that's epic. That is epic, and it's in purple too. I love purple. It's my favorite color, if you didn't know that. Can you guess what my favorite food is? Daniel again. Oh, this is the same bag? This is the same bag, sorry. What is this? There are, yeah, oh, that's right. Amiga 3000 gals. Now, as you know, the 3000 tower with the replacement board for Mr. Keith, that has, what is this? Oh, these are the sockets for the PiO2 mod, sockets for the 3640 that I'm actually working on and programming in the background. So I greatly appreciate it. He also sent me, holy crap, I didn't even see these, Old Buster. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to repopulate the 3000 of spaghetti to kind of see if I can fix that RAM issue. I don't know if I can. Maybe I can. It's, yeah, there was no fan. Maybe I can get it running again. If not, I don't know. Now this is a never before seen Amiga 5000. This is in for repair. This is not mine. I'm not kidding. It's an A5000. This is from Mr. Jonathan. And this says 16.67 megahertz solid state leisure limited. And it is a 68,000 that is clocked at 16 megahertz and has an 882 FPU. It sits in, oh, it's got a busted couple pins. It sits in your Amiga, like I guess like this in the 500, and covers up everything. My A630 never worked in my A600, so I PiStormed it. Really, I love the A630. That's one of the best accelerators I've ever purchased for my 600. Mainly, now I have a PiStorm for it, but I leave the 630 in there for now because I love it. It works great. I have no problems with it. K1200 RS21 Laurent. Hello, hello. Now I know this has caught you guys off guard. I tried to post something. They say I was going to do a live stream or something, and setting up is just really a bear. It is really a pain in the butt. Now, if you guys would like to see what's in these big boxes, I will gladly do it, but it may take a little bit because there is so much stuff. A couple of you guys kind of paid me in thanks for your repairs with goodies. And when you wrote me an email, Mr. Bob, I said, yeah, I could use a couple. You know, a couple things. And you kind of like included more than a couple. And it's appreciated, don't get me wrong. And I'm going to have to share this wealth because I don't feel right. I feel weird even accepting it. You know how I feel. I have a hard time being humble. I want to help. Receiving is hard, and I greatly appreciate it. I do. And I use the stuff, and I share the stuff, so I hope you all know that. Let's go with the shallower box. That one. This thing is, holy crap. I pulled this out the other night. Go for it. Bring on the goodies. You're not in a hurry yourself. Okay. So this one is, whoops, hold on, I wrote the names in there and I forgot. All right. Oh my God, are these both from him? Wait a minute. Okay, no. Okay, good. So this is from Mr. Bob. And it's just some random bits of goodies and stuff. Inside here is a PCI network card. It has nothing to do with Amiga, but he just had some stuff, asked me if I could use it for upcoming things, and I said sure. I don't know where am I going to put all these things? Under the table. Some IDE cables. Nothing major. Appreciated though. I don't know what this is. It's a proprietary PS2 to something. Now these are just bits, but there is Amiga stuff. Ouch! Stuff in here. This is an Amiga kit, DB23 to VGA, because remember, my monitor's having issues with... Who doesn't like box Amigas? Okay. Couple of boxes for I could use a couple. Yes. This is the bits. I have never seen this before. This is, and this is not to GIF, this is part of the repair. This is a microwave flicker fixer, AGA 2000 I think it was called, and it sits in the video slot of an Amiga 2000 to give you a DB9 that you have to have an adapter for. I have it on my Amiga 2000 over in the corner for the Vampire. It gives you a converter from DB9 to HD15 to have a VGA signal. It's just a scan doubler. You can use a modern monitor with it. Great. But in the bag that I have to figure out, and this is not mine, this is Mr. Bob's, it has an Amiga 500 adapter. Like this card, I'm not grounded, but I'll do my best. I'll just not lick my fingers. This card literally sits in here, and it has some doohickey that goes to like Denise, and you have like a flicker fixer for a 500 running somehow. I've never seen this before. I even looked on BBOAH and Amiga Resource, and they don't have that adapter. So interesting piece of history I wanted to share on that. Kind of neat. And it has the aluminium, how do you say that? Aluminum bracket to go to like the actual card if you were to mount it in a 2000. Sorry. Now this stream will go as long as these microphone batteries last. I have never ran them that long, so I don't know, hour or so. Sutek, hello. So that's Mr. Bob's. I forgot that goes up here with his things. And I don't know about this. There's some bits in here that are for the repair. There's some bits that aren't. Amiga 500 clock. That will be used for an Amiga 500 repair. These are random bits of stuff. This is my favorite networking adapter, not the flip box. Some random plastics, USB dongles, DIN to PS2, and most importantly, a heatsink from something, possibly 3640, don't know. Flipbox, I believe, is his too. I'm working on a configuration, not necessarily a repair. But I was granted a zip disk with power cords and some random floppy drive mounting things. These are mainly for PCs. Not mum. How's PiMiga 4 coming along? That's what we're going to do as soon as I get this unboxing stuff out the way. This is an A64 from Questronic. It is the A64 emulator that's on PiMiga, but it has a dongle dude that you plug into your parallel, and it gives you the IEC port, so you could run like a Commodore 1541 or whatever drive you want. I bumped that. I need to check that out. That is very cool. A couple 2.5 hard drives and a ton of these. These are CD caddies for A570, CD TV, etc. Now they are standard CD caddies. That was the standard for, I have 9 of them. Now I have 11 of them because I have 2 for my CD TV, and they are great, and I greatly appreciate all the stuff. There's the user's CD, and there is also a black zip drive and a Supra 2400 modem. You know, that's fast. I'm going to hook that up. And some random cables. So I thank you for that greatly. Now the big box with, oh my god, it has multiples of the same thing. And a nice drive gadget for the 64. Hi from the Netherlands, Super Crean, where Jesus was born. Good one. So, all right, I'm getting into this big hoss because I'm not going to pull everything out. Well, I probably will. This, oh my god, where's my phone? I gotta remember who the heck it's from. Answering a question, my apologies. All right, let's see. This is from Mr. Doug. So Mr. Doug, I have repaired a couple of his units and sent them back out. And this asked me if I wanted a couple things. I said, yeah, I could use a couple. Like, that's a power supply. Like a couple SCSI cables and a couple floppy cables. Just a couple, you know, just a couple. Just a couple. It will be used. I appreciate it. And then, like I said, I've already went through this, so this isn't about the unboxing thing, but holy God, thank you so much. A NOS HP CD writer plus in SCSI. NOS. It has never been opened. The belt is probably jelly, but probably not. Who knows? That is epic. Also, a zip disk. Also, a jazz drive. And another jazz drive. And another jazz drive. And another jazz drive. And another zip. Another zip. Another zip. A jazz drive. A sort of jazz drive. I can keep going. 2 more zip drives. Hey, zip drives. I'm not even to the bottom layer yet. Oh, there I am. I am at the bottom layer. Some jazz cartridges. Some zip cartridges. Some. Now you're going to laugh at the total of this. Jazz. Jazz. Table's going to crack. Jazz. Anybody need a jazz drive? Some blank ROMs of, I don't know the pin type. Hey, a Mac zip disk, the clear one. We're almost to the bottom. Zip without a face. That's the Billy Idol edition. Eyes without a face. Another one here. And there are 1, 2. This is the bottom of the box. 3 more zip drives. Now, you can see over here, I put a zip drive of one of these in my 4000 tower. Works great. So if you need a zip drive, and I don't even know if these work yet. He said to test them. Some of them work, some of them don't. Holy moly. So yeah, that's a lot of jazz. So I added up the total space of all the cartridges and every possible storage on here. It's like 36 gigabytes or so. Like my PiMiga thumb drive is 128 gigs. So, I mean, you know, it's history, it's technology. I greatly enjoy old stuff. That's why you're here. Retro, right? Retro is the new fun. And I started asking myself that question the other day, and I was going to post that question to everybody. Why do we love this so much? Why do we do this? Why are we messing with 30, 40, 20-year-old technology? That slipped out of my hand there a little too greatly. I like it because it reminds me of I don't know, I wouldn't say a better time in my life, but I would say not even necessarily a happier time, but when things were simpler, I would kind of say. Hold on. I'm sorry, I got a shovel. That's for another repair. I have to scoot this over. Yeah. So yeah, it's for a simpler time for me. That almost went right in my tea. Hey, I didn't need the Klingon Deathblade letter opener. So that is all the mail I got, and I thank you all for that. And you know, if I get these tested and they're good and you need one, let me know. And hey, hardcore, I will, you know, share the wealth. I always do. I'm going to yeah, my poor postman, my wife Mona had to pick that package up. It's 38 pounds, the one with all the zip drives, and the other one was like 30. And they stacked them up on my front porch in the rocking chairs. I live in the country. We have rocking chairs. Oh, I'm out of breath. That was a lot of work. Okay, I'm going to sit the laptop down, so I will have to look at your comments in a little bit. I'm going to sit it on the trash can. Now, the elephant in the room. This, of course, is a Raspberry Pi 400. This is an Element television with nothing plugged into it except power and HDMI. So there's no trickery going on here. This is the drive of the whole thing. On here, I have a Ubuntu loader, and what it does, actually it's Debian loader, just a Linux loader, like a grub. When you fire this up, it does a CPU detect type, whether you ARM, Intel, Mac blows it up right now, and will load the appropriate OS based on your CPU type. What does that mean for you guys? Nothing. It means plug this mofo in. My phone's blowing up again. Hold on. All right. And I'm going to unplug the PC and plug in this. There's nothing into this right now. There's only... I can't see a dang thing. Plug it in backwards, flip it around, doesn't work. Flip it over, works. And it's HDMI. So, this is on a button. I'm just going to press the button. Light comes on. It should boot. There's the light. It should boot from this. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, my freaking microphone thing's in the way. Alright, we can see that window. This does have sound through HDMI, But the purpose of this is not to say, hey, PiMiga 4 is ready. This is a concept. This is just to see if this works. Is this booting? Did I plug in my HDMI in the right thing? I did. Did anything? Oh, you know what helps? What helps, guys? Let me turn this off. Forgot to turn on the TV. Where's the power button? There we go. Blue helps. I'm going to turn this on again. See, I'm prepared. I don't live stream. There we go. Element. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. This is all PC stuff. So this is a Raspberry Pi 400, just like yours. This is PiMiga 3. There you go. You can see the ARM core. It's loading the ARM version of the Linux that I put on, which is the PiMiga Linux, the Debian-based. And we should get PiMiga like we normally do. Now, what I'm going to do, when this loads, there's PiMiga. Come on. This one auto starts. PiMiga 3, right? I don't know if you can hear that, but there. You can see it's PiMiga 3, everything works. I'll launch something to prove that it's working, and I don't know what I clicked. There's some music mods, and cool, right? We've seen that. Yeah, it's off focus, but the idea is it isn't about, you know, a perfectly good screen. I was going to do capture, but my capture card just said boom, and that's it. So the idea is I'm going to F12 this, which is function F2, and I'm going to say shut down. Okay? Now, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to take this card out, sit it right here, unhook all this. Just, it's unhooked. There's nothing there. This is the HDMI from the Nook. Plug this in here. Plug this into the USB here. This is my keyboard for that. Hot pink iHome. That's there, so you see, plugging in the Nook. Pushing the button on the Nook. There's my blue light. It should load. Now with this one, remember, this is proof of concept. My thingy's on. Whoops, I just did something. What did I do? I did something, got an on-screen keyboard. Well, what went away? Intel Nook. If this works, Ubuntu core should load. There it goes. x86 CPU. And then it flipped the partition to another one on here. Intel Nook, Ubuntu. We should get the Ubuntu desktop with the two icons. And if I had a mouse, PiMiga 4, well, PiMiga 3, you'll see the same loader, same everything, but Intel CPU, ARM CPU, proof of concept, okay? It's nowhere near stable. It's nowhere near final, not even it's not even an alpha yet. It's just seeing if it could work. I've tested it on this. I've tested it on that piece of crap. My old Hackintosh machine in the corner. It does not have JIT, so it is slow. You can see there it is. And if I could, I can click like Firefox, and it will still host run, and there's Firefox and all the stuff from PiMiga. Cool, huh? I launched it twice. Quit. And Chrome, I think, works. Now remember, it's a separate load because it's a separate build. It's a separate everything. It's like one boot partition, and then it has the root FS partition, but that boot partition changes depending on your CPU type. So there's a whole bunch of boot partitions. I have to figure that out. I am not the Linux god that has all the answers to things. So I'm winging it. I'm taking ideas from people on my Discord server. It was just an idea. This will be refined. This will be, you know, and this works. I'll run a demo. Where's my mouse? I can't see anything. So let's run a demo. Favorites. 9 fingers. Nothing spectacular. Just to show you that it is running stuff. And I can run something else because I think I ran... I'll run... what? Jesus on ease? Oh, wait a minute. That's got the copyrighted music in it. State of the art. I mean, I'm running WHD load games. It's working. No. Oh, that's not FSUAE. So, So this is not FSUAE, it's Amaberry. I had to use Amaberry because it's the same Amaberry loader. I'm going to stick this up here and put my laptop back so I can answer your questions during this little bit of time. So, yeah, I had the lights kind of dim because I had the backlights off so I could just showcase this. I wasn't sitting close enough, and I'm sorry. So, the idea of FSUAE isn't going to fly. I know, yes, I could, but it's a double layer, and I can make it so Amaberry is more of a, I don't want to say EMU68 bare metal thing, because it's not. It has an underlying OS, and I need, or I want to keep continuing having an X Windows subsystem so we can host run things, whether it is Intel, ARM, hopefully Mac OS. There are 3 different compiles for the builds. But it was proof of concept, seeing that I can boot my drive, which is now folding up under my monitor, off of my same USB stick. I can take this out, put it right in here, and fire it right back up. You saw, and it boots. It is not, you know, meant to be your all-in-one modern PC. It's just the proof of concept that I can run the same PiMiga on ARM and I can on Intel. 2 different compiles, 3 different compiles eventually. I have not tested it on AMD, but since it has the same x86 instruction set, it should be fine. I don't have any AMD CPUs here that are of decent quality. I might have one at work I can try it on, but again, it's just a proof of concept. How is the Pi Storm on the Amiga 1200 doing? It's right there. It's doing fine. It's running cool. It's not hooked up. It's been fine. I haven't had any problems with it. I'm on a Pi 3 update. Last night someone posted something on the Pi Storm forum. If you have a Pi 4, they have a new nightly build of Pi Storm 32 Lite that fixes the issues with the Raspberry Pi 4s having so many disconnects, reseats, and Fs. So yeah, apparently the Pi Storm, the Pi 4 has been patched or fixed or better compatibility. I'm not the Pi Storm person. I'm just a representative publicly or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I display one on TV. Banging the table fixed it. What is the... Oh, I'm on the wrong chat again. Okay. Chris, you are blurry. Am I blurry? I look okay. I'm just fat. You have... James has an Amiga 2000 and 2 3000s. Hey, that's great. I don't... It does... If you just have one of these things... That's wonderful. I mean, you can do Amiga stuff on here. You get spoiled with these though, because when you use one of these, unless it's pimped out, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is 2000 megahertz, and oh my, I cracked my Pi. There we go. Pi has a crack in it, probably from tossing it in the drawer too many times. And yeah, I'm not a fan of the games listed. I prefer to use my game icons with WHD load that you created. Hey, that's great. The simplicity of PiMiga, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, look, people are running Caffeine from Pedro on their real Amigas, and that's a nice fluff, thing like PiMiga for real Amigas. I don't really prefer Caffeine because I'm not a fan of Directory Opus Magellan. At least with PiMiga, yes, it's Scalos and you can bitch and complain about it, but it's similar right-click functionality. It works like an Amiga did. So, maybe it's just a learning curve. Caffeine and Directory Opus Magellan it angers me. I can't do things like opening up little weird Directory Opus windows. I can't. No, I did it for the test. I run my own builds for that. It's nothing against Pedro and the gang. It works perfectly. RTG, pimped out Amiga, and do all the fluff like this thing can do. It's the tribute to what it could have been. That's what it is. And it runs on the EMU68 core and the Pi. So similar to these, but on a real Amiga hardware. My A1200 took a dump. I'll watch later. Okay. Hi, Thomas. Pi 400 is good for Amiga. Easy to transport. Yes, it is. Mike, I wrote Mode Pro. What? Dude, Well, stick around, Mike. Man, thank you for making Mode Pro. I have met a lot of the software creators just doing this. Like when I first did the SMB mounter, like from Rob Cranley, and the screen text got cut off and said Rob Crannell, and he wrote me back. He's like, I wrote that software, and I've gotten to know him. So it's amazing that. Thank you for still being around and watching Amiga stuff. I use Mode Pro and I promote Mode Pro, and it's the core of this thing. Look, this is PiMiga 4, and if this keyboard works, what is it? Left me a P. M. This keyboard sucks. I don't know which one's my Amiga key on this Wi-Fi keyboard. These batteries die. Okay. It's this one? This one? This one? No, it's in here somewhere. Hold on. Anyway, it's in there. I'll find it, but yeah. Jonathan, thank you for your amazing service, Mike R. And definitely, how do I display background wallpaper on AGA Workbench 3.1 only? Sys Prefs WB pattern. And, yeah, 256 color maximum, but you're going to slow your stuff down. If you crank your Workbench up on a real Amiga to 256 color, it sucks up a lot more chip RAM on your base 1200, and you're not going to have an enjoyable experience. Even in one of my previous videos on the 3000 Tower, I snapped it back to like 8 color just to make it more peppy. Backdrops, Syspref's Workbench pattern in a real Amiga. Can't wait, PiMiga 4. Now, like I said, proof of concept, just CPUs right now. I'm not focusing on the OS. This is PiMiga 3. It still says PiMiga 3. It's just to run on an Intel platform. And it works. So far, it's working. I mean, is it 100%? No, it's not. Because I'm going to show you. I'm going to try and get the camera in here in a second. Sysinfo. Oh, God. Sysinfo. If I can click it. There we go. This is where Mode Pro comes in. And you can see it's... Oh, laptop almost just went right on the floor. That would have been the end of that. Is there any way I put... I'll read that in a second. Find the speed button. Now you're going to see this is not fast. You're going to see a general bar. I can't get it to focus because it's just this camera I'm using. Normally my camera is here facing that monitor. I have a 1080p webcam underneath the desk all the way back to the PC that's pulled out underneath my fat belly floor that's running the stream software that I'm watching over here. There are cables all over the place. What was clean is now not, but I just wanted to share some stuff. It's been a while since I did anything live, so I'm rusty, but, you know, it's cool. I could turn some lights on, but it just glares me out. The lights on the studio back there are like 10 times as bright. I got one above my head so I could be illuminated. So, yeah, numbers. 90,418 Drystone, 94 MIPS, 31 megaflops. It's because JIT is off right now. Midwin is having issues with it, and it crashes. There is a new build he put out I got to put on that does it. Yeah, I told you. It will choke the UI with memory because you use up all your chip RAM. Is there any way, from Jake, is there any way to put PiMiga in a Docker or Proxmox container? Dude, I have no idea. This is just the idea in my brain, and I've been working on it since last November, and I finally got enough x86 compile stuff and Linux knowledge to do this auto CPU detect. Forever, I couldn't get it to do anything. It would just do nothing. The PC would just loop boot. So I had to turn off all the other boot devices. Cool, thanks. I use between 4 and 16 color mode. Okay, so here, 256, it chokes the UI. Yes. Game over. Yeah. This is in 16.7 million colors right now, and I keep touching that monitor. Not a bad display. It's tiny. It's a, I don't know, what is this? 14, 17-inch little display. Element display. I think it's a Walmart or a Best Buy in-house thing. This PiMiga, now if I flip it back to ARM, JIT is enabled, and we're rocking, and it's the same everything. The backdrop still changes each time. PiMiga 3, Scalos, and you're good. But if I yank the power on this, well, I have to get all my connections back, so we'll do that. 1, power, yeah. Mouse for the Pi. So I'm going to unplug this. I don't care. Poof. Out, out, out. The boot drive. Well, I'm going to set it right here. Oop, no shenanigans. This is my Pi power. Get this keyboard out of the way. Get that mouse turned off, out of the way. One mouse. And I'm not going to hold you guys long. I just wanted to share some goodies. Take that out of there. We'll do the same thing. And I'm going to put this Pi right up to the camera before I do anything. Right here, you can see maybe, I might get my fat ass up. Just want to show you, prove to you, there is nothing in that slot. Okay? Nothing in there. Nothing, no secrets. All in one motion, no hand goofs, no nothing. Hands on the table, just stepped on bubble wrap. This is the boot device. Plugging it in. All wood. Where's the power? Or is that HDMI? Power. Where's my power cord? Power cord fell. I'll grab it with my foot. Shit. I'm getting there. I grab it with my toe. Okay. Grabbed it. Power. And pushing the button. Lit up. Blue light. This should load. Nook is unplugged. There you go, ARM CPU. Can we see that? It's not meant to be super, it's not going to be super clear. I just want to show you it is the same device. And it should load PiMiga the same way. With audio, hopefully. There we go. It's PiMiga 3, just like it was a minute ago on here. Backdrop should change. There you go, same thing. Now, this, for some reason, is a different screen mode. When I plug this in, it's in 1920 by 1080, but the Intel chip is doing some weird 1366 thing. But if I have 12-bit, it's the same. I don't know. There's some magic going on there. I need to figure that out. But like I said, pre-alpha. How much does the Vampire Bench and sysinfo... Wait a minute. Pre-alpha, just an idea. Sorry. Got sidetracked with comments. So I'm going to answer some questions with you guys. I'll toss this up here, get it out of the way, and just answer some quick questions with you guys. Thomas, I use an OSSC ATM at the moment with an LG gaming screen and audio engine speakers. Peter, daily Amiga drive here is my 2000 with Vampire V2. What is your favorite machine? I had an Amiga 2000 back in my teens. It may explain my soft spot for it. I stay on the 4x3 for Workbench emulation, just like I'm a 2000. A lot of people do. This, I just make this. You guys can do what you want. Look, all of my Amigas have their own flavor. I have from mild to wild. Love that dial-up sound. Yeah, that's, I forgot where I got that from. Dr. Joey PC. Yeah, my kit XE also does 1366 by 768 and ignores 1920. Maybe it's the Intel thing. I don't know. It should, but that's part of the emulator I gotta get set up. So we'll see. We'll see. And, you know, it's just a proof of concept right now. I'm gonna just turn this off. Unplug, 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 unplug. There is stuff everywhere. Like everywhere. I just cleaned up. This has to stay where I can remember where it's at, because it's my only copy right now. And now I can put this thing. This is a nice little monitor I found at work. It has RF, USB, HDMI, PC audio out, VGA, component composite, optical, and headphones. Not bad. I'll just sit this down here, because if I unplug things, I will unplug something that is totally not, and I'm not under the light. I'm prepared. Hello from Norwich, UK. Nigel's Workbench. Hey, Nigel, how are you? Red Knight, 112,953 dry stones on my V4 sysinfo. You know what I haven't done? Let's energize the fleet. Let's just put these three on. I'll turn the tower on too, because why not? I don't have sysinfo on this one, so I don't know. My battery's at 30% on this microphone, according to the little thingy-mabobber. Oh yeah, 30%. So, I will run a sysinfo on the Vampire, which booted first, and I will run a sysinfo on the 4000, which booted second, and I will run a sysinfo on the 3000 tower, which booted third, and then if this thing ever thinks about showing up, the 3000 itself. Now, I apologize in advance. I live in pajamas. That's just how it is. Look at my Dr. Chris poster. He's in pajamas. Well, you can't see. There's a reflection. So, sysinfo on the Vampire. Doesn't matter because I have to reboot it because I have an Amiga Kit optical mouse and it has like a weird map ROM. Can you take a peek and see if I'm still frozen on your board? I was replying to a post. Oh, the BBS. Yeah, I will. It's probably my Amiga over there. I have an Amiga 2000 that it runs off of, and it just randomly crashes the BBS and reboots itself. One day I'll look at it, but I'm repairing everybody else's stuff. Hi, Chris, from Shropshire, United Kingdom. I hope I said that right. Dave Paul Jones. Hello, United Kingdom. It is, what is it? Tea time over there? 4:30 p.m.? Or you guys don't use the AM PM, do you? 14:30. All right, sysinfo on a Vampire. Let's see. Programs, benchmarks, sysinfo, speed. This is a Vampire. I don't know if you can see me. Hi. This is a Amiga 2000 Vampire 500 V2 Core 212 IM 148 581 Drystone, 155.09 MIP, 82.39 megaflops, 3.60 chip speed. This is a Amiga 4000 BFG 9060 with 160 megs of total RAM. A 68060 Rev 6. Whoa, that looked weird. I have to mode pro my stuff. 68060 at 100 megahertz. It is a Rev 6 chip. We're going to hit speed. This is running off EGS Spectrum, I'm sorry. This is a real chip. It's 73,473, 76.69 MIP, 54.71 megaflop. Holy bar mitzvah. Let's see, the Amiga 3000 desktop is, I don't even know where this stuff is. I have like different builds on every single machine. That was sysinfo, there we go. This is crazy. I've never done this before. Speed. This is a 68040, 3640, stock 25 megahertz. This is 18,591, 19.4 MIPS, 4.78 megaflop, 1.98 chip speed. This is 3.62, and the Vampire is 3.60. And the 3000 tower is the same processor. Yes, Thomas, that is a BFG 9060 at 100 megahertz. 166 on the Amiga 2000 with the X12 core here. Great. Now, Peter, is that a Vampire V2, or do you have the V4 with the one you got with, you could plug it into the 500? I don't know. Did they ever do that? I don't follow them that much. Got kind of involved with the Pi stuff, and if I had to choose it a second time, but I had to choose it a second time in Workbench Prefs. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I've noticed that with PiMiga 3 and the auto detect on certain displays or televisions, it might goof out the Workbench into this really weird high-res promoted something, and you have to like click in the top Scalos screen mode, and then you can switch it, and then it's fine. But, you know, I think this was a pretty good launch for PiMiga 3. Way less issues than PiMiga 2. We kind of knocked it all out. Everybody came together at the last moment. We strung her up. V2 on that one. Okay. I haven't touched this in a long time. It works, so I don't care. You know, I don't want to blow it up. You only have so many FPGA reads and writes, and yeah. Massimo on what is it? Well, Italy. Hello. We reached 900 MIPS with the PiStorm 32. I know that. Yeah. PiMiga does 1500. So, you know, ARM is great. This is real stuff. These are real Amigas running semi-new, no PiStorm stuff. Real Motorola CPUs minus the FPGA, which is still the hardware re-implementation of it. Is the A630 for the 600 still a good choice? Dude, that's my favorite accelerator for the Amiga 600. I have a PiStorm for the everything. And the Amiga 600, I had a infuriating Furia. You can go back and check that out. I also did some videos on the A630 and how awesome it is. So yeah, 9 MIPS on which machine? I forget. 19 on the 3000. 155.9 on the Vampire. 76 on the Amiga 4000. And, you know, I think 1600 MIPS on PiMiga 3. I forget these things. I'm not firing it back up because it's already on the floor. How long has this been running? I don't know. 61 minutes. So we're slightly over an hour. I'm not going to hold you guys long. It is Sunday evening for most of you. And, you know, you got stuff to do. Watching an old fat dude talk about Amiga stuff and all the stuff he's received. So I thank you guys for hanging out. I will answer a couple more questions. We will go until maybe 12 o'clock. How about 15 more minutes? I'm not going to, because I know Bill streams at 12 and I don't want to interrupt anybody's stuff. I was going to stream yesterday, but Jack was streaming Twitch for an honor memorandum of Taylor and his passing. If you didn't see that, go check out their Twitch channels at Pints and Amiga. You could watch that. They played some games, had a whole bunch of people come to their house in Texas in honor of Taylor's memory. Leon, hello from Brazil. Chris, thank you for PiMiga. For me, the catchphrase is now PiMiga made it possible. Hey, it's a pretty good one. For me to enjoy Amiga games. Fortunately, I managed to get a Pi 4 before the price hike. Is there an 060 option for the Amiga 600? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think there's an 040 option for the Amiga 600 because you got to snap it over the 68,000. You're good with an 030. It's really, you're going to be fine. For that little form factor machine, you're going to be totally fine. The A630 is great. You know, you're just going to play games with it anyway. Keith, you totally spelled that wrong, dude. PiMiga makes perfectly sense. We consider real Amigas are out of touch for a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. And that's what the whole original intention was. When Pis were 50, you know, $50. When I did the PiMiga 2 art contest, I gave 3 or 4 out as top prizes. I think it was 3 top prizes. Nobody in America, where shipping would have been cheap, all over the world. Australia, Italy, and UK. They won. Thomas, hello from Canada. I've watched a few of your videos. Thank you. Heat. Oh, those guys? Yeah. The 030 is all good rounder compatible for games. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to worry about any weird libraries. And like I've shown or will show, Patreon video I think has it. There's an Amiga 4000 Tower 60-60 Rev 1 versus Rev 6. And I try to run just state-of-the-art OCS demo, PAL. If you leave the CPU extensions on, you have all sorts of weird things. So an 030 is a perfect roundabout. An Amiga 600, while not AGA, is a perfect little machine. Most of the games are OCS, ECS anyway. The 200 and whatever AGA games that came out for the 1200, you know, they're the same things, just more color. And they work fine on my 1200 with the Terrible Fire. They worked fine with the PiStorm. As long as I'm on the Pi 3 series. I do have to check out the Pi 4 thing. Yeah. Ryan, Man, Chris, I have been really enjoying your content. I recently found your channel and I love every video. Thank you for all of them. Well, thank you, Ryan, for subscribing. 87% of my viewers don't subscribe, which is weird. I have a lot of watches. I have a lot of channel subscriptions, but on my YouTube analytics, like 87, it says 87% unsubscribed. So that's a hit. I'll never be able to do this as a career. I'm gonna keep working until I'm dead, and then look for some eBay sales for my wife. 030 just works. 020 just works with fast RAM. I had PiMiga 12P Lockdown Edition clocked as an 020, and it works fine. Easier to get a vintage Amiga than a Raspberry Pi at the minute. You can get anything with money. Love the content of your channel. Have learned a lot from them. Thank you, Mr. Brian. Yes, I try to share things with others that are either A, lost to history, or B, filed up in the old brain bucket and want to share with you guys. Plus, believe it or not, I forget some things from time to time. A lot of you who know me. I forget. I'll talk to Jonathan and he'll be like, hey, you remember this? I'm like, no. I think I'm sorry if I make you mad with the old Biden brain, but yeah, I forget things. So I make a lot of videos and I will go back and watch my own videos. How the hell did I do that? So it's just getting old. I mean, it happens. James, I gotta send my Amigas to you. Please don't be rusty old beat up 3000s that have drugged through the toilet. Thomas, LOL. Okay, I have friends that have real Amigas and... Where'd that go? Well, I just saw it somewhere. The comments just went poof. I'm sorry. I'm scrolling back. Hi from Canada. Hey, how do these mics sound? It's better because I can turn around and this thing normally when I hook it up to my actual camera, not this camera, my filming camera, I have to turn it down so low because you can hear every breath. You can hear every swallow and it's like, nope, I'll refilm something sometimes instead of using these. But on the PC, hooked up to the old streaming box on the old OBS, it's fine. Epic failures from moronic decisions. Laugh so hard at this video. It's been there so many times. Yeah, I was not going to ever release that. And I was talking to Mr. Kevin, Mr. Q, Mr. Holden Modify, who's sleeping now because he stayed up all night to make another video. And uh-oh. We have a solar overload. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm receiving too much solar power. Hello from Malta. Thank you for PiMiga 3. Great memories of my Amiga 600, which unfortunately sold, but sold it to buy my first PC. Great channel, learned a lot. Well, Mr. Conrad, thank you for coming along. They sound really good. Wonderful. You're on a mobile phone, Thomas. And Keith is laughing at my solar. Yes, sir. So I've never had that problem where I am over voltage. But that's okay. The batteries are full, and I'm not, I'm pulling just a slightly larger load than normal, so no big deal. It's good. I just hit the other button for the second phase. What is the best way to contact you? Well, you just did. If you go to the About Me, if use a computer browser, people are on their phones, that's why I said that. If you use a browser on your PC, Mac, whatever, go to my YouTube channel and click the About. There is a contact informational button that reveals my email address. Keeps the bots away. Yep. Where can I get an Amiga Lviv 2 in kit from? What? Where can I get an Amiga Lviv 2 in kit from? I don't know what that is. Or I'm just dumb. Give that solar power to us in the UK, Chris. You guys don't have solar over there? Or is it too cloudy? Have some Amigas that I need, some TLC. Well, I have 3 long-term projects right now that I have been stumped on. I still got to fix the 3000 tower board that Mr. Keith helped me with. I'm trying to procure the chips. I got like a lot of them, but I got to do another one for a this is a long-term project. It's going to take me a while. It's a 3000 that was, I'll do a video on it eventually. A 3000 that was scalped to become a re-Amiga, and I'm trying to re-Amiga the Amiga that was scalped for a re-Amiga. Does that sound legit? Anyway, it needs everything, like logic, glue logic, buffers, all the TTL, all the custom chips. It's going to be a long road, but it has to happen. Chris, great work. Thank you for all of your hard work in supporting the Amiga. Having an Amiga 1200 that needs its IDE connector replaced. Dude, that's easy. I could knock that out in a day. I have all the pins right behind me in the small box of chips. Yeah, so 11:52 a.m. here in America, where Jesus lives. And I'm going to wrap this up in a couple minutes. Just want to like chat with you guys for a bit. It's nice kind of, you know, putting a name to a face. And like I talked to a couple people like, I can't believe I'm talking to you. I'm like, I'm just a dude, man. I'm just a regular guy. And then I got diarrhea of the mouth. So if you talk to me, it's like, I just go. I talk to one of my friends, Jack, in California all the time. And I apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry I talk so much. As you can tell, I don't have a lot of friends living in the basement. That's you guys. Does the A1200 need buffered IDE for the SD2 IDE? No, it does not. You can run your standard compact flash looking things. I run these. You can run these cable ones with the 44, or you can run the ones that snap in. This is a compact flash to IDE, just a cheap Chinesium one I got off eBay. It's got a jumper for master slave. It only works in master, and that works fine. You don't need buffered. What is a re-Amiga? Kevin. 553 in Holland. Hello I'm from Holland. Isn't that weird? I thought that was a legit question. I'm not reading the names. So Mr. Q finally woke up from his 4-hour nap. I'm staying up all night. Sue, had fun talking to you at VCF East. Yeah, that's coming up soon, isn't it? Isn't the 2020, what year is it, 3? Coming up soon? I live in a basement too. It's much quieter. Well, I don't live in the basement. Well, I guess I do. I do majority of my work down here. Actually, I do all of my work down here. Minus, if I run out of room, I'll go up on the living room or the dining room table. Thomas, he knows what, he's just being a smart ass because he knows what the re-Amiga is. Because, yeah. We'll just leave it at that. Have you ever by accident plugged a 240 Amiga into the 110V? No. We're 120. We're 120 volt. 240, 120. And we have both. And, konnichiwa! Hey, Karen. No, I have all power supplies that are, regardless if you send me a PAL board or whatever, I only have North American power supplies here. I have the ATX converters, as you've seen in my repair videos, for all of the models. And I have the 500 power supply with a 120 volt input for the 12, 5, and 6 series. Everybody else is NTSC, 60 hertz, 120 volts. So no, I don't usually even have the power supplies. My basement is bigger than most houses here in the UK. Well, you're only seeing half of it. This camera is at the center section of the beam of my house. There's a big steel thing that kind of holds does some science. And, hey, Nicole. And, yeah, so there's like 3 more rooms. We have this room, and behind this wall is a hallway that goes to my water valve, which is behind that Commodore symbol. Unfortunately, I can't get to that in an emergency, so I would punch through the wall to turn it off if needed, because I have stacked all of the other Amigas, boxes, retro, stuff that is not Amiga is piled up. Now we have Mona's hobbies here too, and it goes down this hallway, like Halloween decorations, my daughter's childhood stuff, life, you know. I will contact you after summertime. I have an Amiga 1200, a 2000, and a CDTV. Okay, Brian. Super duper. I still have the Merry Christmas poster up. I have to flip it back to summertime. Yep. So it's 11:57. I am not going to hold you guys up. I want to thank you for hanging out with a brother for a couple hours or a little bit over an hour. Let me double check myself. Running state of the art. Oh, you're running state of the art. LED screen, killer. Wait a minute, what? 75 minutes. Yeah, that's enough time for me. So I'm not going to hold you guys on a Sunday afternoon, morning, evening. I'm going to go get some lunch. It's just shy of noon here in America on the East Coast. I'm in Pennsylvania. And thank you guys. Thank you everyone who has donated stuff to me. When I say a couple, that's like that many. But you guys went way overboard. And thank you for everyone else who has sent me bits, bubs, little things, the ceramic, screwdrivers, and all the stuff. If you missed that and you just joined in, once I finish this stream, YouTube's going to process the video. Then you'll be able to rewind it and go get some stuff. What? I read something. Never mind. And you'll be able to rewind and, you know, see when I was opening boxes and the donations and thanking everybody and then answering questions in PiMiga. And then we got off tangent like we always do. And, you know, that's about it. So thank you guys for hanging out with an old dude for an afternoon or an evening or wherever you're at. I wish you the best. Thank you to everyone. And please, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. 87% of my people, or something like that, 80-ish% of my people don't subscribe, and that's weird. But just wanted to say thank you guys for helping me, for watching me. I'm gonna turn this off. For watching me, listening to everything, just checking some stuff out, Facebook posts, InstaFace, eBooger sales, and whatever. You guys are awesome, and I thank you just for hanging out with me. So I'm going to end the stream. You'll see me turn around and press a button because that's what I got to do because I didn't start it here. I started it there. And that's it. So you got any final questions? Nope. All right. Awesome. So again, I'm going to figure out how to stop this. All right, here we go. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. And until next time, thanks for watching.